Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high.
Hello everyone, my name's Louise and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be explaining some of the things that I feel like K-pop fans kind of do that are toxic. Number one is saying you're not a part of a fandom because you don't like a song, or you don't know everything about them, or you're not voting for them in an award show. Now I feel like this is really toxic behaviour because the thing is, I am a huge fan of Twice, I am a huge fan of Icon, I'm a huge fan of Blackpink. However, the latest videos, Icon's Dive, Twice's More and More, and Blackpink's How You Like That, I didn't really like them, but I haven't said anything horrible about them. I haven't said that it's rubbish and stuff. I just don't like it. But I said that I didn't like it in a Facebook comment. Now I know Facebook is very toxic on its own, let alone K-pop fans. But I got told that I can't be a Blink and I'm a fake Blink because I don't like one song. And it just seems like very toxic behaviour because I feel like if a person, say I'm an ARMY, say if someone doesn't like a BTS song, I'm not exactly going to say, well, you're not an ARMY because you don't like two songs, or you don't like one song, or you don't like an album. You know, people are allowed their own opinions and still allowed to be a part of that fandom. Number two, fan wars all the time. Now, I have recently uninstalled Twitter because of all of the rubbish that goes on with the K-pop community on Twitter, because Twitter is it's more toxic than Facebook, and that says a lot. But I just feel like some of them, now I can't exactly say what ages they are, but I feel like some of them really act really immature. Like they have to start a fan war on any group. Like, it was BTS ARMY with 80s. BTS ARMY is mainly, most of the time it's BTS ARMY. But however, that doesn't mean that people can say that all BTS ARMYs are bad, because they're not. Like, there's people that I'm friends with, which I've never actually come across a bad ARMY, because I keep myself on the good side of K-pop. I don't really go on my favourite K-pop like website to go, or favourite social media where I post about K-pop is on Instagram, because I know that not a lot of people are toxic on Instagram. That's why I have actually not deleted my account on Twitter, just uninstalled the app, because I just don't really like the atmosphere that Twitter holds for K-pop fans. Because whenever someone sees a K-pop fan, they probably think we're really toxic because of the people on Twitter, because that's the people you see, is because most people are actually on Twitter. The third one is when people tweet about saying, if blank stand blank, then they'd still be alive. Now, I remember when Jonghyun died, I remember when Sully died, I remember when Guhara died, I remember when Samuel's dad died. And it was just really, really horrible to think that people were actually spamming what someone could be grieving. Like, someone was spamming a hashtag saying RIP blank, RIP Sully, and instead of them actually showing appreciation of them, I put a little something, but I didn't really know Sully that well, so I kind of just put a little like video together, or a little post that just, I put a picture of her. I said, I didn't really know you very well, but I did like FX. And that's something that I feel like it's still, you're not grieving, but you're acknowledging the fact that they had passed away. But the people that are actually saying, oh, if you stan Luna, then they wouldn't have died, it's like, no, I kept on replying to them, but then I stopped because I knew that they were too childish to actually understand that when someone dies, there is a lot of grieving. And like, you know, Jonghyun has passed for 3 years now, nearly 3 years, and people are still grieving because, you know, people are still grieving because he's passed away, he's no longer here. But that doesn't give people the right to go on social media and say, oh, if he stan this, or oh, if they stan Luna and stuff. It just makes, from the internet, it just makes us look like really horrible groups of people. And it makes the good ones look bad as well. Number 4, this is something I personally don't like, is when people are spamming comments or spamming like K-pop things, or even K-pop things but not necessarily on the person or the group that they're saying this about. But when people are spamming stan, BTS stan, Twice stan, Icon, yeah, people are constantly doing it, and I'm like, I will eventually like a group when I find them out and I actually start liking them. But like, I made this whole big video about Cube and not supporting Pentagon because of what happened to Edawn. But look at me a year later, a huge universe, you know. So I don't like when people tell me to stan something, because it seems like they're forcing me to do it, which I know it's not really the case. But I just feel like people will stan something, people will actually, you know, become a fan of something when they're ready, when they want to. They won't do it just because you tell them to. Number 6 is solo stans. These are kind of like people that are a fan of a group, but they only like a certain member. They don't like the rest, they only like... So there's a lot of Jungkook solo stans, there's a lot of Lisa solo stans, and there's a lot of Jennie solo stans. Comment down below what other ones as well, because I don't know all of them, because I don't really concentrate on them. But from what I've seen, there's a lot of Jungkook ones. And the thing is, those are people that actually will say, oh, I love Jungkook, but Taehyung is ugly, or Yoongi is ugly. It's like, no. When you start standing a group, you have to like all. You don't have to like all of them. Like, I like G-Idol, but I don't like Soyoon. I don't know if I've pronounced her name right. I don't know. I just don't like her. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna hate on her. I just don't like her. So yeah, solo stans. I do not like them. Saesungs. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's basically someone that has, they kind of like follow their idols around, and they take photos of them without them knowing. But that is not like fans that kind of like see someone and go, oh, is this such and such? It's actually people, like there was one with Jungkook that he was like up in the tall story building, and he was taking his clothes off, as he do, in a building, in a hotel that he thinks no one's looking at him. And they took a photo of him. That's it. Saesung is basically stalkers. They're people that follow idols around. They take stuff, they go into the hotel rooms, they hide, you know, stuff that normal fans, I'm gonna say normal fans, because Saesungs are not normal fans, wouldn't do. Because the thing is, I love Jungkook, but I wouldn't stalk him, I wouldn't try and get his t-shirt, I wouldn't try and rip his bag off of him in an airport, which someone did. I don't know if it was Jungkook, I know it was one of them. Number 8 was from one of my friends called Danielle on Facebook, and that was shame for tattoos. Basically, she's got a tattoo on her arm that says, I think it says Saranghae, which is I love you in Korean. And she's been shamed by so many people from having that tattoo, and I just feel like it's your body, you can do whatever you want with it, as long as you're not harming it, because that's bad and that shouldn't be happening. But I know that if people are doing that, they have a good reason to. But the thing is, some people get tattoos to cover up, like, self-harm scars. Some people get tattoos to show, like, with her, I think it's a GOT7 one. And I feel like she's probably had a really bad childhood, probably a really bad time. And she's gotten into K-pop, which was the same that happened to me. I got into K-pop when I was really sad, I was really depressed, I was in year 11. And then I found them, and I was really happy. So that's why when I'm older, or when I'm less of a wimp, I'm going to actually get, I think, something on my hand, or something somewhere. And it's going to be a love heart, but it's going to be a purple heart. So it can also mean my favourite colour, and also mean BTS. But I do think you shouldn't shame someone for their body, and that you shouldn't shame someone from what they put on their body. As long as it's nothing racist or nothing horrible that actually can be horrible towards people, then I don't think you should actually shame them for it. Being shamed for being a newbie. This really offends, not really offends, this really saddens me, because the thing is, everyone was a newbie, unless this is what I kind of explained in a video I made 2 years ago. I don't think you've probably watched that. It was basically, I'll put a link up here, I can't remember what it was like international fan problems or something, and basically I explained that everyone has to be a newbie unless you've come out of the womb listening to K-pop and know everything about K-pop. Because the thing is, with newbies and with people that are new to K-pop, I feel like us people that, are more, we know more about K-pop, should actually be teaching them about K-pop and not actually shaming them for being new. Like, if someone turned around and said, "Oh, my bias is Tae," and they showed you a picture of Yoongi, instead of saying, "Oh, that's Yoongi, you're so stupid," you should just turn around and say, "Actually, that's Yoongi. Do you want me to tell you who Tae is?" The 10th one is calling other people career boos. Now, a definition of a career boo, I'll put a picture here of a career boo. Basically, a K-pop fan is someone that likes Korean culture. They want to learn Korean because of K-pop. They like K-pop. They want to try some of the foods because they've seen their K-pop idols try it. On the other hand, there's a career boo that wants to learn Korean because she wants to be Korean. She wants to get plastic surgery to look Korean. I'll say they, not she, because career boos aren't always girls. They want to try food because they want to be Korean. They want to go to Korea because they want to, be Korean. That's what a career boo is. That's the same with a weeaboo. Weeaboos are people that want to be Japanese. They're not actually Japanese fans. They're just people that want to be Japanese. It's the same with, like, the best type of thing that I can tell you for someone that wants to be a career boo is this person right here, Ollie London. He's literally changing his looks to be a Korean idol. He's pretending he wants to be Jimin. And to me, that is classed as a career boo, because you want to be a Korean person. He doesn't look like it now, but eventually he will become, somewhat looking Korean if he gets the right plastic surgery. It will kind of sometimes look Korean. But also, the 11th one is degrading other groups. Basically saying, "Oh, this one's better than this one," or not nicely, but saying it like, "Oh, what was it? I got into this argument on Facebook because this person said that Big Hit had paid for votes for G-Friend, and that's why Blackpink never got the award or something." And I turned around and said, "You haven't actually got any facts about that actually being right." And that's when I got called a fake link and stuff, and I got called a fake fan. I don't actually like K-pop apparently. And it's just degrading other groups, like armies sometimes. Toxic armies, which are called armchairs, I think. They go around saying, "Oh, no one's better than BTS. BTS paved the way," which is also really annoying, because I feel like every single group must have, like, BTS were like inspired by Big Bang. Big Bang were probably inspired by another group. That group was probably inspired by the other group. Like, K-pop has literally come around because of Western music. So if you really want to say who paved the way, you need to go back so far into history, when the first person that freaking sung a note, that's someone that's paved the way. It's just, I hate the paved the way things, and also that's still degrading other idols, other groups, because you're saying that BTS are put up here, everyone else is below them. Someone said lack of respect, which is so true when I said about if blank stand blank, they wouldn't be there. That is literally disrespect for the person that has died and also the family members of that person. Number 13 is oversensitive, which is true. If you say anything little about a group, then you will get attacked. But the thing is, if you have said something really bad like, oh, BTS should die or something like that, then obviously you're going to get hate for it and you deserve that hate. But then again, the K-pop fans shouldn't turn around and go, well, you should die, because that's just making them just as bad as the other people. And then can't accept others' opinions. Kind of like when I said that I didn't like More and More, I got unfriended. When I said I didn't like Dive, I got told I have no taste. And then when I said I don't like how you like that, I got told I'm not a Blink. So it's kind of like them attacking you for saying an opinion. So yeah. I think that's the end of my video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also comment down below which ones you think about what makes some K-pop fans toxic. Also, I would like to say my announcement, which I did say in a video previous, but I'm going to be making an event in Torbay, where I live, that we'll be doing a random K-pop dance play where people come in and they go at even sides and they dance and I play music and stuff. So if you want to get involved with that and you live near the area, then I'll be putting a link to a Facebook group and also a link to my Instagram where I will be posting updates. Okay, bye. Uploaded. That's also one thing that BTS never taught us. BTS have always taught us to love ourselves and to love others. And these armies that are going around, be it spreading hate to other armies or to other fandoms, obviously are not listening to BTS's message.